Hey, what up, guys? It's Julia Van Spleeker, and we have Melissa back as usual. This is turning into the Melissa and Julia show, like you said earlier. I think
that's what it is.
We have like a million flies
just
dropping.
Wait for it. I'm telling you.
I think this is going to be like the steady way that it's just going to go for now. I think Melissa's been like the most consistent person ever.
We have a good dynamic going on.
I think so.
Here. I think
absolutely.
We just keep finding each other, so that's it.
I know. We're like intertwining with life right now.
That's right.
Anyway, so Instagram has been getting a lot of interesting trends lately. I think in general, for like the last couple months, Instagram has been having like these weird trends where everything and anything is super acceptable. Like, it's just weird. Like, the number one thing that I used to enjoy, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably part of the problem, was like that World Star stuff. Like, I would go on there when I was bored and watch fights. I'm like, ooh, but then now it's getting vicious.
Yeah, they make me cringe. I can't watch them.
I can't watch it anymore because I'm just watching. The worst thing I hate, and it doesn't sound cliche, but I don't like anyone fighting, but I don't like seeing two females fighting. It's just disgusting. I'm like, you're not getting paid what Floyd gets paid, so why are you fighting? I'm not getting
awful,
72 money.
And a lot of times their clothes are ripped off, and by the end of the fight, it's just like, I feel so disgusting for watching that.
And half the time they're fighting over men. So that's like, there's,
and when there's kids in the shot,
like,
I hate that. It's usually like moms, like these older moms fighting in front of their kids, and their kids are just like on the sidelines.
Yeah, I saw one yesterday, I think it was, where like two 30 or 40 something year old women, they're fighting, and one of the girl's friends took out a gun. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is it's never that serious to fight. Maybe a screaming match, but not like coming to blows unless like somebody did something ridiculously crazy.
No, there's always another way.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see, like, if you're not getting paid to fight, why are you fighting?
Exactly.
Like, you're gonna lose your whole life over fighting. I'd rather gain from, like, I would never fight.
And you're embarrassed. Like, you're
everybody's gonna see it.
Everyone's gonna see it.
And then, like, the biggest thing too, like what I was saying, like, I just kind of want to touch base on too with that is like I said, females are fighting over men. Like, like you can't get another man.
Yeah,
like,
and it's always made me mad when females fight over men, because his commitment was to you. Like, your commitment was not with that girl, so why are you fighting with her? Just take it up with him. Yeah.
One girl in high school tried to fight me over a guy that I was dating, and I guess it's a very weird story. So first I didn't even like the guy like that. I just thought maybe I'd give him a chance. He was super corny about how he asked me. I was like, all right, you went through all this corny effort.
He was lucky that you gave him a chance.
But that...
yeah, and then they come and act crazy, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I didn't even like you.
The girl, his ex-girlfriend or whatever it was, like, she... they weren't speaking for like 6 months. In my mind, we would be broken up. Like, what do you, like, why do you...
Don't talk to me for 6 hours, we're broken up.
For seriously, though, like, that's just the way it is. So she got wind that I was, I guess, dating him, and then her friends, they approached some of my friends and told them, hey, we want to fight her. And I was like, if y'all don't get out of here with all that stuff, I said, if y'all want to fight me for a legitimate reason, find one. We'll fight, no problem. 1-on-1. We're not fighting. You guys are not jumping me. But if you guys want to fight me, it's going to be 1-on-1. And I'm not fighting over no guy, because you can have him. He's not that that important. Like, seriously. Long story short, we ended up not fighting because it was one of those things. I'm like, you're a loser. Who's fighting over a guy? First of all, he's not my husband. And even if he was my husband, I shouldn't be fighting over my husband.
Exactly.
So,
and how do you feel after? Okay, you won the fight and you won the guy. Yeah. Let's say.
Exactly.
How do you feel? You had to fight for him? Like, are you serious right now?
I would never fight over a guy. I would never. It would have to be extreme. It would have to be very, very, very extreme for me to even get that far.
I can't even think of an occasion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
or in which I would even, when they come to you and they're like, I'm coming to you as a woman, and they want to tell you. I'm like, girl, bye. Don't come to me as a woman. That's your man. That's not my man.
Exactly. I'm like, come on, please. And then another one was it my first boyfriend? Oh, so he was white, and this was absolutely his ex-girlfriend. There was no question about this was was this or wasn't this. I knew that she wanted to get back with him or whatever, and I was like, okay, whatever. And he would like shut her down in front of me, and I'm like, okay, cool. But I don't know the full background story of how this all even got to this point, but this was a white girl. This was like probably my first time dealing with racism ever. I was like 16. My mom dropped, my mom was strict. So we going on a date, my mom dropping us off and picking us up.
Okay.
That's how it's gonna be with my kids. You're not even getting out the door.
16? Yeah, I'm gonna drop you off. It's okay.
But my mom dropped us off to the little entertainment complex, and the girl was there. So I don't know how she knew that we were gonna be there. She brought 2 of her friends, and we're like walking around or whatever, and we were like upstairs or whatever, and she like calls him, and we both turn around, and we're like, okay, and she was like, something, you nigger. I was like,
oh,
what?
No.
I ran up on her, and she started running down the escalators, but she's running, I'm
now
chasing
you're
her.
running.
Yeah, all 3 of them are running, and I was like, y'all all getting, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, y'all getting effed up today. So I'm chasing
In that
her.
case, you're not even fighting for the guy.
we're
You're
not.
fighting for yourself because
Exactly.
they disrespected you.
So it real long story short, it escalated to her family showing up and my family showing up, and my family didn't want to even hear it. Like, they didn't even want to hear it. Her family was basically trying to diffuse the situation and trying to, trying to get everybody to calm down, and nobody in my family was trying to hear it.
Absolutely not.
So, long story shorter, her brother, or whatever he was, uncle, he basically called her out. He's like, you have no business calling anybody the N-word because you were just dating a black person. And I was like, yeah. So we ended up all leaving, and they went home, and they were just trying to apologize for what happened. But yeah, that happened.
That's ridiculous.
So it was like, long story short.
In that case, her whole family was probably embarrassed.
Yeah, they had
She's
to have
acting
been.
crazy. Like,
Because I'm like, who does something like
that's
that?
so disrespectful.
Exactly. So I would
be so disappointed if my kid did something like that.
I would hope that anybody like having kids from the 80s on wouldn't raise their children, but then again, that's society, so that it is what it is. But I don't really share that story often, but that did happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, kind of going back to relationships, we were talking a little bit about George Clooney. For a really long time, I did think he was gay, because who's single that long?
I don't like to think that, though. I don't like to think that just because someone's single, they're gay.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think because you're single, you're
My
gay,
mom
but-
says that all the time. Like, she thought he was gay too.
Yeah, because he was like super, like, the thing wasn't even so much just like, if you're single, automatically you're gay, but it's the length of time that you're single. Like,
Girl.
30, 40 years you're single, something's got it
Well,
for a man,
technically, he
though.
wasn't single. He was like dating all of these.
Yeah, but those
hot
were all like
girls.
dribs and drabs, and I'm like, is that your beard?
Beards.
Because like before he married the lawyer, I was like, yo, he gotta be gay. You like 70, bro.
But he settled down really quickly.
Yeah, that's what
right.
I'm-
It was like 0 to 100.
Yeah, and I'm wondering either he really knew that was the one for him, or those rumors were starting to really persist.
Yeah, we're getting to him.
Yeah. Well, the most interesting thing is I feel like guys can get away with being single a lot longer than a female. I feel
Yeah.
like as a female, if you hit 30, that's it.
Yeah,
Like,
your clock is ticking. Like, your eggs are drying up.
no, I don't even think about
You
that. I'm
wanna
black,
have
so we
kids,
gotta, we gotta keep reproducing. It's like being Mexican. You don't have kids
You don't have
forever.
kids. It's all right.
I'm like, but it's like the pickings are getting slimmer and
Yeah.
slimmer.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm like, damn, I'm 26. I'm like, all right, let's stop playing around.
Yeah, I'm like, where is it? No, I read this thing on the internet and like really scared me. It's like you already found your soulmate by the time you're like 21 or something.
I'm like, where you
So I'm
at?
over here like backtracking. Wait, who was it?
Exactly.
Who did I reject back then?
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing too. I was like, hold on, not you, definitely not you. You were not my
it wasn't-
soulmate.
It wasn't any of those people. Like, you would have felt it, but
Yeah.
the pressure's on.
Absolutely. I think if I didn't break up with my ex-boyfriend, I think we'd still be together.
Yeah, I mean,
Begging to stay together.
if we didn't break up with any of our ex-boyfriends, we'd still be together,
but the thing
technically.
So, a quicker story. Like, he was begging to stay with me, like, and I did it in kind of the meanest way. I shouldn't have did it through text.
Rip it off. Oh, you did it through text?
Like a long
Ooh,
text.
that's such
That was
a
messed
power
up.
move.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it to his face because I knew. Sorry, but I knew he would start crying, and I couldn't do it because he was like a really nice guy, like a really, really nice guy. He was one of those guys that like you get mad, and for me, like I don't like certain types of attention. Like when I would get mad at him, he would bring flowers to the job, and then everybody was like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like,
yeah,
oh no,
into it.
like, take this back out of here, man.
She's over here like, who's Julia?
Yeah, I know. It's like embarrassing.
I don't know who that is.
But he would do like little, like he would pay attention. Like he would do little things. And I'm like, this is like every girl's dream. Not that it's not my dream either, but it was just, I was really young. Not really young. I was 21. And it was just,
It was not the right time, for all of us.
He wanted to be married. I'm like, all right, I get married.
No, at 21.
And he wanted kids. So after we broke up, he ended up having kids with this other girl. And they're engaged. I don't know if they're married. Last I heard, because one of my friends is still Facebook friends with him. And I'm like,
so his clock was really ticking.
Yeah.
He was not trying to be George Clooney.
He wanted to be a father. I knew that. And I'm like, he would be great, but I'm like, not with me.
Not with me.
You have your kids with your girl, but not with me. Like, he really went through, like,
it was just wrong
extra.
timing. I feel like timing is everything.
Yeah.
That's always the case.
But I feel like I dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
In a way, because I was like being a creep. Sorry, but I was being a creep going through his Facebook. I was like, God, I dodged a bullet here. I don't know what he's doing with his life right now, but it's like we weren't on the same page. On top of that, too, with what we wanted to do with our lives. Like, he wanted to just be. It's nothing wrong with being a simpleton, but
yeah,
he wants to be
that
simple.
he had a simple family life planned out.
I'm like, boy, bye. Not me. Next.
Next.
But that was just that. But just to say all that, it's like, I shouldn't regret it, but in a way, I'm like, well, maybe I wouldn't be single now. That's the only time I go back over, because like I don't even like dating. Dating is like the most annoying thing in the world to me. I feel like I'm giving my whole soul away. Like every time I tell somebody about myself, and I'm like, you're not sticking around, so what's the point of you getting to know me?
It's such an investment.
Yeah,
like you're investing your time, your energy. Like I'm telling you things about my past, like hoping that you're gonna be in my future, but I don't really know. It's just like a coin toss.
I think I dated like 4 people last year, and it was like the most exhausting thing. I was like, mentally, I'm like, I'm done. I can't be bothered. Like, you.
Because when it's over, you're like, wow, what the hell was all of that for?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's just weird to me, but I feel like guys, they could be single for, like I said, like George Clooney years. Like, you be single all your life, and you can still, guys will date girls like super duper young and get away with it. And then if a girl does it, it's not, I mean, I do feel weird. Like
dating a younger guy?
Yeah, I think I last year did date a younger guy, and it was just like the most weirdest thing in the world. I was like, hell no. Like, I feel like your mother, like, it wasn't like that. It was like maybe 3 years younger, but I was like, I can't do this. It's like,
I've never dated a younger guy, but I never got the old guy thing. Like,
old guy,
girls like
older
guys.
I did.
Yeah? How much
like 10
older?
years older?
10 years older? Yeah, I've never got
like,
that.
It was great.
I don't know. Uh-oh, it was really great. Hold on.
He was definitely like 10 years older than me, but I might be embellishing a little.
Yeah.
But no, he was 10 years
10
older.
years? Yeah, that's a lot.
But I would never do that again, because my brother's 7 years older than me, and that's really weird.
Yeah, it's like, it's weird to me, and I'm like, what are we going to talk about? Like, do we have that many things
That's
in
why
common?
it didn't work out.
Like,
we had 0 in common.
That's the thing.
Like, he was like already settled with his life, and I'm like, what you talking about? We going on roller coasters.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm over that.
Like, what do you mean you don't want to go to SantaCon this year?
Right. But that's another thing too. Like with guys, it's like I said, it's more easier for a guy to get away with doing certain stuff than it is with girls doing certain things and getting away with it. And